Hello everyone, in this video we will be discussing about the current affairs from March 6 to March 8, 2018. Before proceeding, please subscribe to our channel if you haven't. Let's proceed. Information and Broadcasting Minister Smriti Irani, you have to remember who is the Information and Broadcasting Minister, has inaugurated 2018 edition of FICCI. Now what is FICCI? It is Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce Industry. Okay, and she has inaugurated the FICCI frame in Mumbai. You have to remember this. It is a 3-day global convention which will cover the entire range of media as well as the entertainment industries. So you have to remember this. Next, National People's Party, that is NPP, National People's Party leader Konark Sangma staked a claim to form Meghalaya's new government. That is, Konark Sangma would be sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Meghalaya government after his party won 19 seats in an election that produced a hung assembly, and there will be no deputy CM. So you should remember that Konark Sangma would be the upcoming Chief Minister of Meghalaya. Okay, and he is from National People's Party, and there would be no deputy CM. Next, Saudi Arabia, with the perspective to promote female sports, hosted a marathon for women in Eastern Al-Hasa region. So Saudi Arabia has organized a marathon for women. Next, the first 4G network on Moon. It is a 4G network on Moon, and it is the first 4G network on Moon. It's been planned by a telecom company, and the name of the telecom company is Vodafone, to support a mission by PT scientists in 2019, and it has appointed Nokia as its technology partner. So what you have to remember is the first 4G network on Moon. It is planned by Vodafone and Nokia as its technology partner. Next, the newly flagged of Arunachal Express, that it is an express, will run between Nara Lagoon railway station in Arunachal Pradesh to Anand Vihar terminal. So you have to remember the name of the express, Arunachal Express, and 2 stations. Next, all the memorandum of understanding with Jordan were approved except one MOU. All the MOUs were approved by the Union Cabinet on February 28. And what is that MOU which is not approved? That is the Cooperation in Science and Technology. Cooperation in Science and Technology. It was not approved. It was not approved by the Union Cabinet. Okay. And who is the king of Jordan? You have to remember Abdullah II bin al-Hussein is the king of Jordan. Next, the Union Cabinet has approved increases in allowance of Member of Parliaments. Okay, allowance on Member of Parliaments. There are 3 allowances for which amendments were made. First is the telephone facility. Second is the constituency allowance. And third is the office expense allowance. So these are all 3 allowances were increased based on Member of Parliament rules 1956, 1986 and 1988 respectively. Okay, next. Russia's Olympic membership, it was suspended, but now it has been restored by the International Olympic Committee, that by the IOC, by the International Olympic Committee, following its suspension from Pyeongchang 2018. It was not, Russia was suspended from the Winter Olympics which held now, but now its membership has been restored. Russia was banned from the Winter Olympics over the state-sponsored doping during the Winter Olympics is hosted in Sochi in 2014. So Russia was banned from the year 2014 because it sponsored doping, but now its membership has been restored. Next, the Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, that is CCEA, approved doubling of government guarantee for procurement of pulses and all seeds at minimum support price under the price support scheme of NAFED. Okay, the government guaranteed that the lender banks has been doubled from 9,500 crore to 19,000 crore. So it has been doubled from 9,500 crore to 19,000 crore. Next, Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program or the Prime Minister Employment Generation Program. What is this? It is a credit linked subsidy program. Okay, Pradhan Mantri Employment Generation Program is a subsidy program introduced by merging two schemes. And what are those two schemes? Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana or Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana and Rural Employment Generation Program. Okay, REGP. This is the merging of two schemes, that is Pradhan Mantri Rozgar Yojana and Rural Employment Generation Yojana, and this PMEGP will now be continued for another 3 years. It is extended for another 3 years from 2017-18 to 2019-20 with a total outlay of rupees 5,500 crores. Okay, so you have to remember this. Prime Minister Employment Generation Program, it is made by combining two programs, that is Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana and Rural Employment Generation Program, and it has been extended for 3 years. Next, the first mega food park in Western India under the Ministry of Food Processing Industries was launched at Satara, at Shrival in Satara on March 1, and the financial assistance which is given to the food parks by the government is rupees 550 crore rupees. So you have to remember this. Next, India's size. India's size, what is India's size? It is a national sizing survey. You have to remember it is a national sizing survey which will be conducted by National Institute of Fashion Technology, that is NIFT. India's size is a survey conducted by NIFT and New Delhi under the Ministry of Textiles. The survey will be conducted to develop a comprehensive size chart for ready-made clothes for Indian population. So India's size is a survey according to which a size chart would be prepared so that ready-made clothes for Indian populations is prepared. Next, ENCORE. Now what is this ENCORE? You have to remember two things here. One is ENCORE, another is EPL. Now what is ENCORE? It is Eastern Naval Command Operation Readiness Exercise. Both ENCORE and EPL are war games. Okay, ENCORE is a war game on Eastern Seaboard, whereas EPL is a war game on Western Seaboard which is conducted by Indian Navy. So you have to remember the full form of ENCORE and EPL. For EPL it is for Western is Paschim. So EPL is Exercise Paschim Lehar. For ENCORE it is Eastern Naval Command Operation Readiness Exercise. So you have to remember the full forms also. Next, coffee ground in Araku Valley, it is a valley in Arunachal Pradesh, is set to get a GI tag, that is Geographical Indication Tag, soon. Next, Central has set up a steering committee. Now what is the steering committee? Steering committee to go into various issues relating to fintech space. So you have to remember steering committee for fintech space. The committee will be headed by whom? By Subhash Chandra Garg. He would be the secretary, and the Department of Economic Affairs. So the steering committee would be headed by two people, Subhash Chandra Garg, who is the secretary of the committee, and the Department of Economic Affairs. Two people would be heading the committee. Next, world champion, it is like world chess champion Vishwanathan Anand won Tal Memorial Rapid title 2018. So you have to remember the name of the title. It is a chess tournament and it is won by the world champion Vishwanathan Anand. Next, Indian origin Birmingham man Harry Athwal has been elected for the year 2008 the Pride of Birmingham Award. Okay. Why he was elected as the Pride of Birmingham? Because he risked his life in order to help a fatally injured young boy in last year's Barcelona terror attack. Okay, you have to remember the name of the award and the reason. Okay, and he is an Indian origin man. Next, RBI has imposed, that is the Reserve Bank of India has imposed a penalty of 3 crores on Axis Bank and 2 crores on Indian Overseas Bank. But why 3 crores on Axis Bank? For violation of non-performing asset classification norms. Axis Bank for non-performing assets classification, and 2 crore on Indian Overseas Bank for not complying with KYC regulations. Okay, you have to remember for Axis Bank non-performing assets or Indian Overseas Bank KYC. Next, Sunil Gavaskar, he is a renowned cricketer, batsman, was named as the commissioner of the inaugural edition of T20 Mumbai League. which will be held from 11th March to 21st March. Next, China to launch a heavy lift long March 5B carrier rocket. So China would be launching a carrier rocket, name is March 5B, which is capable of carrying a payload of 25,000 kg in low Earth orbit. It will be launched into space by the year 2019. Next, Krishna Kumar Kohli, he is a Pakistani woman, is the first Hindu woman who has been selected as a senator, that is a member of Upper House of Pakistan. Krishna Kumar Kohli, you have to remember the name. Next, we will be discussing about the Asian Wrestling Championship here. In Asian Wrestling Championship at Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan, it was held here. Indian wrestlers won 8 medals, out of which 1 is gold, 1 is silver and 6 are bronze, and the single gold medal is won by Navjot Kaur in 65 kg women's category. Okay, you have to remember the name of Navjot Kaur, Asian Wrestling Championship, and the place at which it was held. Next, it is also a sport, ISSF World Cup. It is for shooting. In this, Shahzar Rizvi won the gold in 10-meter air pistol for men. Okay, and it took place at Mexico. And Manu Bhaker bagged gold and women. So you have to remember 2 names, Shahzar Rizvi and Manu Bhaker. Both these people have won gold in 10-meter air pistol at Mexico. Okay, Bangladesh, India and Russia. You have to remember 3 names, that is you can write it as BAR. Okay, have signed a memorandum of understanding on cooperation on implementing the Ropur nuclear power plant. So you can remember as BAR, Ropur nuclear power plant. These are the 3 countries which are involved here. Okay, next, Mega Annual Cultural Festival. It is an annual cultural festival. It would be taking place every year. The name of the festival is India by Nile, organized to celebrate the Indian culture and its diversity in Egypt. Okay, India by Nile is celebrated in Egypt in order to celebrate the Indian culture and its diversity. Next, the approved projects worth rupees 2,900 crore under the Nirbhaya fund for 8 major cities. Okay, and to make them safer for women. What are the 8 major cities? That is Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai. All 4 main cities, and apart from that, Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Ahmedabad and Lucknow. So these are the 8 major cities for which the Nirbhaya fund is given, so that these cities can be made safer for women. Next, Armenian president is Armen Sarkisyan. So you have to remember the name. Next, in Jammu and Kashmir, an online portal, the name of the online portal is Rabta, was launched to facilitate citizens to register complaint, and was launched on 2nd March. So you have to remember Rabta JNK. Next, in order to make better coordination between AWBI. What is AWBI? It is Animal Welfare Board of India. Earlier its center was in Chennai. Okay, in order to get better coordination between Animal Welfare Board of India and the Environment Ministry, the government has shifted the headquarters of AWBI from Chennai to Haryana. Earlier it was in Chennai, its center was in Chennai, headquarters was in Chennai, but now it has been shifted to Haryana. Okay, so that the coordination between the Animal Welfare Board of India and the Environmental Ministry is better. Next, after Mirai was a malware. Reaper, it was also malware. After Mirai and Reaper, cybersecurity agencies have detected a new malware. A new malware is detected, which is known as Saposhi. And what does is Saposhi? It is capable of taking over electronic devices, either it is your phone or your laptop, anything, all electronic devices, and it turned them into bots, and which can be used for any purposes, which include DOS attack. What is DOS attack? It is denial of service attack. Denial of service. denial of service attack. Okay, next. In a first of its kind service, India's much awaited app based Heli-taxi. Heli-taxi was launched in Bengaluru, and the first trip of the heli-taxi was between Bengaluru airport and Electronic City. Okay, next. India and US has test fired M777 ultra light howitzers at Pokhran. So it was not a successful test, but it test fired M777 ultra light howitzers at Pokhran. Next, senior Indian origin Scotland Yard officer, name of the officer is Neil Basu, has been appointed as a counter-terrorism chief. Next, it is a name Imprint. Now what is Imprint? Imprint is Imprint India program. What is Imprint? It is impacting, IMP is for impacting, research, innovation and technology. Okay, so it is impacting research, innovation and technology. It is Imprint. For this, central government has sanctioned a sum of ₹1,000 crore. Next, Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways. You have to remember the name. Nitin Gadkari is the Union Minister of Road Transport and Highways. He has launched a mobile app, and name of this mobile app is Sukhad Yatra. Okay, and a toll-free emergency number for highway users. So you have to remember Sukhad Yatra, toll-free highway number, toll-free emergency number for highway users, and name of the minister, that is Nitin Gadkari. Next, with an aim to empower women to workforce in railways and to develop their morale and self-confidence, Southern Central Railway has taken an initiative to make Chandragiri railway station in Guntakal division an all-women station. The only railway station in India with all employees as women is Chandragiri railway station in Guntakal division. Next, to involve common people in the development activities of the state, okay, Odisha government has launched a program Ama Gaon, Ama Vikas, that is, it is like My Gaon and My Vikas, which will be catering to the needs of rural people of the state. So it is like involving the rural population into the development activities of the state. The Odisha government has launched a program called Ama Gaon, Ama Vikas. Next, noted disability rights activist from Uttar Pradesh, Javed Abidi, passed away. That is Javed Abidi, he was from Uttar Pradesh, he passed away. He was a disability rights activist. The Marshall Islands is creating its own digital currency. Marshall Islands is a very small island and it is creating its own digital currency which is equivalent to USD. That is US dollars, which is equivalent to US dollars. RBI has further tightened the priority sector lending norms. It has tightened the priority sector lending norms for all the foreign banks by directing them to mandatorily create sub-targets so that they can lend a portion of their loans to small and marginal farmers as well as micro enterprises. So for now, according to the tightened priority sector lending norms, all the foreign banks has to give some portion of their loans to small and marginal farmers as well as micro enterprises. Thank you. This was all about the current affairs for the first week of March. Stay tuned for further updates. Please subscribe